really quick before the episode starts, I thought it'd be good to let you know that this is the last episode that I have recorded for this playthrough of Satisfactory. I mentioned in a previous video that I am going to do a full restart once update 1 comes out, and that will be sometime next week when you are seeing this. And thank you so much for joining me through this journey of update 8, and I hope you're excited to watch my playthrough of update 1.0. Alright, welcome back to Satisfactory, where I'm at the train station and something is stopping things from going through. Most likely because I think I have this set to any undefined and not overflow. That hopefully will resolve that. In the last episode, we were able to make a nice big copper farm producing about 500 copper per minute. Or sorry, cables, not copper. 500 cables per minute. I'm still seeing this jittering on this belt. I don't know why. I feel like what it is somewhere in here I put a stackable conveyor pole, then built the belts. And now, because of that, somewhere in here there's like a tier 4 belt slowing everything down. Then when I come back and check it again, it doesn't seem like it's stuttering anymore. So I don't know. Just going to assume that it is correct the way that it is. Not really too much I can be doing about it right now. That being said, I'm going to help with the offloading of all of this wire that I know is getting synced anyway. And I'm hoping that by doing this, once it picks up a bit more of the wire, it won't be as detrimental to the slowdown of everything. I'm not producing an insane amount, I feel like. Make this a tier 4 belt, I think. Might help with it. Stuttering, not really. It's okay though. Okay, so hopefully with all this wire taken out, it will catch up a little bit faster. Still have a bunch of leftover wire, of course. I could just shut off the factory that's making the wire, but I don't feel like it's making as much. I think it was just genuinely because I was moving a full crate over, and then it backed up from there. So there was like, 16 stacks of wire from there, and then, of course, it's producing more as the train picks it up. So I don't think it's an issue where we need to like shut the wire off, but it may be getting to that point if it continues to clog up our train station. Anyway, in today's episode, I want to see if we can start making some high-speed connectors so that we can start making some drones. In order to do that, I think I want to start making a few drones to deliver the parts that we'll need. I haven't talked about what the plan is for how the drones are going to deliver everything. So here's the idea. I'm not just going to make drones deliver every single thing that I need in order to make everything. Obviously that would require a lot of extra work and a lot of extra drones that I don't want to utilize. But let's take the encased industrial beams, for example. They require steel beams and concrete to make. Now, concrete's a super easy material to find. You just need to find limestone, put down some constructors, you have concrete. However, the steel beams are a little bit more difficult because you have to make steel ingots. Now, obviously, we already have a factory down here making steel beams. So rather than going off and making a factory that is just having drones deliver steel beams and concrete, I'd rather find a place with limestone, make the concrete there, and then in a sort of separate fashion, but still kind of close by, we'll have the steel beams delivered, and the steel beams will go in with the concrete so that we have a area that's storing concrete and we have an area that is making encased industrial beams. Then the train will come by, pick both of those up, take them back to the overflow station along with the whatever we have left at the container, and then that'll be it. That's the idea. Obviously, easy in concepts, tough in practice, but I think it'll be something that we're able to do. That being said, let's go make a few things so that we can make our first drone and drone port. Alright, we are back at the train station. Not for the trains for once, but to access our sulfuric acid. We're going to, on a drone port, make a little bit of extra space for it here. I wasn't actually sure how big this thing was. Right about there seems good. This is technically temporary, but we will find a way for the drone ports to actually be built in with the storage. But this isn't the final product of the storage as of right now. So, I have not worked with the drones before. This will be my first time. I had some batteries lying around. That I picked up, I think, from a hard drive location. But it's pretty obvious what we need to be making first. That is batteries. And to make batteries, we need the sulfuric acid, of course. And we'll need alumina solution. So, head over to a bauxite ore. Alright, here we are at the bauxite ore. Is an impure node. We're not too far away from the other node that we're utilizing. It's right about here. There's also one over here that's a normal node. I think would be better to take actually. Let me go take a look at it and see what it looks like, and maybe we'll go with that one. Alright, so the only thing that kind of sucks about both of these locations is that we don't have access to water. Means we'll have to find it and bring it over. I suppose this does not count, no? Perhaps over here. No. I think deep water is like classified as water that is not running. We'll have to pull it from all the way over here. just pretty far. But we'll have to make it work. I don't think the impure node is like any closer really to the water. We can actually pull from over here. It is kind of closer, but you know, this distance compared to this distance, or I guess this distance isn't really worth it in my mind. All right, really quick, while I picked up some stuff, I noticed that I had the materials to be able to make to unlock the hovercraft. And we may as well go ahead and make one. We'll swap that out with our jetpack, which I will put in here for now. And to my knowledge, this doesn't actually use fuel, it uses power. So as long as you're within range of your power facilities, you can use the hovercraft, which is pretty neat. It also allows you to access things from farther away, which was something that I read about not too long ago, which I think is super helpful. It basically just means as long as you are staying near your power, you will have access to this. And I don't know if it stays charged when you walk away from it. So like if I walk up to this and then walk away, I don't know if it's going to stay charged, which is a small benefit the jetpack has, is that even when I'm not by power, I don't have to worry about it. But we'll see how it plays out. All right, so go ahead and get set up here. Another thing that I was considering was that once we get the Mark III miner, which we're not too far off of, we are not super close, but once we start making some supercomputers, we'll be producing those pretty easily. But once we get access to that, we'll be able to increase the production of this pretty easily. It will be super helpful. So we'll need a refinery. Go ahead and build up a bit here on my foundations. That though. We'll face it this way, I think, because I think this is where the water is going to come from. Need a luminous solution, of course. Should we go get the water now? Maybe. So the closest water is going to be to our left here. And I think I found that if I hold spacebar with the hovercraft, so even if I don't have power, it just kind of slowly floats me down. So that is perfect. That's kind of my only concern, was that I was using the jetpack to kind of resolve the issue that I just jump off of stuff by accident a lot. But it looks like as long as you have power when you do that, you'll be fine. Here's do the compilation of me accidentally jumping off of things and forgetting I do not have a jetpack anymore. So we have our water extractor here. We'll need to connect another power tower over here, I think. Maybe like right here. And I guess we'll take this over first, then bring the pipe over. Hopefully I can just connect it like so, and I don't have to make another power tower in between the two. Perfect. And I don't want to ramp this up too high, but I will probably have to put a pump on it, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty much certain that this will need at least a Mark 1 pump. But I wouldn't doubt a Mark 2 will be in our future. We'll connect the pipe this way, I suppose. Yeah, this is kind of one place where the jetpack, I kind of like it a little bit more. Because if I fall off the side of a foundation or something, I can just jetpack back up. But I definitely think the hovercraft's going to bring me more value in the long term. Alright, so this is definitely going to need a pump on it, I think. Just put a Mark II on it to be certain that it's going to make it. We'll see how that does. We are flowing. Try to get up here and turn the refinery off really quick. Pipe can fill up. While I'm waiting for that to do that, I think we'll make the drone platform. And I think right here is a good spot for it. I'll build it up just a little bit. I don't keep running into this issue of not having base ground. Let's just start with that. This is like way bigger than I thought it was, to be honest. Do that, so it is 9 by 9, it looks like. Up to there. This should be full by now. Turn that on. Then we will need a blender. Used in a blender. Also going to need aluminum casing. Let me start by seeing if I can just make more of the radio control units I can. Good that I don't have to run back for those. Okay. Now, the blender can go maybe right here. Remember how big these are. This. all we need is the aluminum casing to put in. So this is going to use 40 alumina solution per minute, and this is going to make 120. So I should be able to make another refinery. I'm going to move this blender down a bit. There. Make a second refinery. Maybe we just kind of wrap it in on itself. Happen. This. Of this one producing. It's not a alumina scrap. We can put a junction cross on this to have the water output back into this. Then the alumina scrap just needs to go into a assembler, I believe. Here. Let's burn an alternate recipe. I don't have copper here, so that's not going to work. How do you make again? A need a foundry. Foundry can feed into the constructor. The constructor will make the aluminum casing. So make this, make this, that. This is gonna make 60 per minute. Blender needs 20 per minute, so we can actually just slow this down. That. Assuming we don't need to bump the blender up with how much solution it's making, of course. Okay. We'll need to turn down the water pump so that the water's not overflowing, of course. This is making our aluminum scrap. Making 360 per minute. We'll put it on a tier 4 belt. And of course, we'll sink off excess. Take in the silica. We reduce right here. foundation right there. And glitter. So should just be able to wrap. Oh, that. Okay. And we just need to pipe from here to here. Coal. Is there coal near here? Oh, that's so perfect. Thank you. Okay. So let's go get the coal really quick. Okay. Bring the coal over. Again, I'm not a big fan of having to run belts like this, but for the cause, you know? Pull into that. We'll just need a power pole over there. Go. Okay, so that is all of that set up. We'll need to go turn the water down quickly. This is producing 120 per minute, I believe. So this just needs. Do I have this set up correctly? Yeah. This just needs to be set to 60. I always set it to 1 because I hate when it runs out. Okay. Should be producing everything now. I do need to sink off all the excess aluminum scrap, of course. That can be done right here, I suppose. A little bit bigger. That. Glitter. The splitter the right way, or the sink the right way. Oh, I don't mind if it is splitting a little too much, obviously. Early stages, let's connect whole. Connected for a second. Okay. that will not be overflowing all the time. Then we just need to start feeding everything into this. One thing I didn't consider is it's going to be making 60 aluminum ingots per minute. This is gonna overproduce ingots. Is there copper nearby by chance? No. Not even close. Okay, so that's not gonna work. I think what I want to do is actually I'll put the extra aluminum ingots in the drone, and it can take the aluminum ingots back to the overposter. I think that's the way we're gonna do that. Okay. Now just to connect everything. Making 120 per minute. This is gonna go through 50. This goes through 240. We could turn it down. Probably the way to go, right? So we need it to be going through 40, and this is making 120. We need it to be going through 80 alumina solution per minute. Which would mean can't remember how to do the math in my head. I need to put it to 33%, I think. Yeah. It should work. We'll produce 60 alumina scrap. This is gonna go through 90, so I need to actually change this to a smart splitter. Set it to overflow to the left. Then we function cross here. Into the blender. That is the first part of it. Then we need to get the aluminum casings over. That so. It'll be at a slight decline. Oh, maybe because I didn't put enough splitters in. But I made 3. This should be at a slight decline, but that is fine, just so that it goes over all of that. Okay, that's all the aluminum casings going in now. Now, we just need to set the drone to come here. So, we're gonna name this port battery factory. You can see it's using 6 batteries per trip currently. Not sure if the drone is flying just yet. Not. we'll have to head over there and see why. But in the meantime, we'll set this up so that unload our sulfuric acid. It's going to go through 50 a minute. Fine. And we also need to do something with this excess water that's going to be coming out of here. That's going to be making 30 per minute. We can loop it back into that guy right there. Into the foundation under it. And we can go turn down the water pump by 30. Not yet though, because obviously it's not making the water just yet. So I need to go over to gonna head over to the train station and see if I can get that drone over here. Okay, so looks like the issue is that I didn't connect to the power, and that is all. So I'll need to go back and connect the other one to the power, obviously. It is heading over there now. Not sure if it just picks up how many batteries it needs for the trip, or if it like has a idea of, or like has a stock of batteries that can have. That'll be interesting to check. But I'll meet you back over where the sulfuric acid is. Alright, so the drone already landed and took back off. See if it dropped off sulfuric acid. Doesn't look like it did, but hopefully it will on its next trip over. Obviously, it kind of took off without anything really getting filled into the port, so that might have been why. So this is going to be producing 30, 40, but even with that, I still need 180 going in. Turn this back up. I'm going to set it to 120 for right now. Then once I get this kind of operating a little more smoothly, I'll probably turn it back down. Alternatively, instead of turning it down, we can just put a valve on it. Leave the valve at 300 for now, but once this all gets running, we can just turn the valve down. So we're just waiting for the drone to come back. Drop off everything. is. Now, the only thing I'm not sure about is if I have to actually unload or unpackage the sulfuric acid. I'm not sure. There it goes. Wasn't sure why it wasn't actually working. Yes, it looks like I do. So run this into a packager. Here, I think. Don't have any more copper sheets. Don't think I can just need right now. Sucks. This will unpackage 60 per minute. Set that to be 50. Of course. Not sure what I want to do with the empty canisters. Obviously, it'd be nice to just set them back somewhere so that they can get utilized, but I don't think really in a place to do that just yet. I really would like to not have to run all the way back just for coppers. I don't think I have much of a choice here. Yeah, I guess I kind of have to. I'll be back shortly. Okay, got some copper sheets now. Load sulfuric acid in, and now we can make 20 batteries per minute. Obviously, that is not going to run our drone empire, but it is a good start for what we're gonna need in the long term. So for right now, we will be back to drone. A little bit of sloppy belting, but it's okay. So this will should start picking up batteries. I might need to go throw a couple of batteries in for it if it's coming this way at all. Look like it, so I need to grab some of these batteries and take them over there myself. We need to dump these. They can go. Do I want to sink them off, or do I want to try to keep them? Probably just want to sink them off, I think, for right now, and we can try to keep them a bit later. I don't have enough cables for that. Don't want to run another belt all the way over here. Okay, let's just put them in a storage unit for right now. Shouldn't fill up too quickly. But we'll make more. It's all falling apart around here. That's okay. Alright, and the drone's going to use 8 batteries per trip in these up. I'm not sure exactly how long a trip takes. Be helpful if it told you, I suppose. But I will take these batteries over. I'll put those in. And then I will go and set up the output for the batteries to go into. Be right back. Alright, so I moved the drone port over here. The idea is that as we add more drones, I'm going to want to add more drone ports, and I'm going to want to extend them out this way rather than building them back behind all of the storage, because eventually I'm going to want to build this storage out a little bit more as well. That being said, now we just need to have a way for the batteries to get delivered. I'm going to start off just by putting this like this so that it doesn't run out of batteries. Obviously, it doesn't make any sense for the batteries to only get fed into the drone port. But if we come over here, we can adjust these smart splitters for batteries. Okay, so now we have batteries going into here. I'm going to grab some steel beams. We're just going to extend this back a bit because batteries, of course, are going to be a very important resource, and I really don't want them getting synced off as much as possible. But I think 4 containers is plenty, especially because they're going to be getting used pretty often, so I doubt they're ever actually going to make it that far. And for now we'll just use 1, but we'll just put a merger here. Your 5 bolt here. We'll put 8 here, actually. Thinking about the long term, and we'll put it on the bottom, actually. So it lines up a little bit smoother. And then right now we'll just put a splitter on this. And we'll have the splitter. So half our batteries will be going into the sink, and half the batteries will go into, sorry, not the sink, but the overflow storage, and half the batteries will just stay here with the drone port, which is perfect. Then we just need to set up, gonna look a little janky unfortunately, but this one has the sulfur in it. Clean it up the best I can. A little bit too far. Go. And I'm guessing I'm gonna have to go back and put batteries in the drone because I don't think that it was prepared to have to. I think that because I sent it off, it used 4 of the batteries, and then because I stopped it halfway through, it only has 4 batteries now, so it doesn't think that it can make it back. But that's okay because it gives time for the sulfuric acid to fill in the rest of the way. Alright. The only problem I'm kind of running into with these drones so far is that I never really know where they are. I'm not sure if maybe I accidentally got rid of it. Maybe that's the case. I do have all the materials to make another one. I guess if you get rid of the home port drone, it will get rid of itself, but that's fine. But a few minutes and it'll start bringing us our sulfuric acid again, and everything will be back up to snuff. Last thing I want to do is build a train station up here. Maybe if I'm lucky, I can hovercraft hover pack up to it, but I don't think so. Will a little bit simpler. Yep, so we're gonna put a train station here. The train will start picking up aluminum ingots, and I'm going to put the excess of the empty canisters in as well, since I can. I may also take back the excess of the aluminum containers. I forget what they're called. Just so that I don't have to worry about it too much. But we'll see. For now, I probably don't have everything that I need. Yeah, I do actually. Fine. The only reason I have the drone delivering the batteries is just so that in the long run, it'll be a little easier to get the batteries back into the drones. Otherwise, I'm going to try to avoid the drones actually bringing things back. as much as possible. Obviously, there's going to be times where I don't really have a choice, but... So how long do I have worth waiting for the train to go through? Maybe a few minutes from there. At least I can build out the foundation for right now. It would be nice if you could just like lock a train station onto the track that's already built. Or there's like a reason why you can't do that, but it would be very helpful. So we'll wait for the train to go through. Alright, looks like we're back on track. Make batteries again. Train is running down to the next station, so this is probably my best chance to put this train station in. I think just one freight platform will be enough for the time being. Put a couple empty platforms in just in case we want to add to it later. And I'm gonna make this train, add this stop in after that stop. It shouldn't need a block station on it since it's just the one train. But maybe in the future I will need to build one of those. We'll put the buffer here. And I will go grab everything and bring it up. Alright, so the aluminum ingots are set to overflow up to the train station. The aluminum containers the aluminum casings are going into the same container as the empty canisters, which are both going up to the train station. And the batteries are being fed into the drone port, of course, where they are getting taken back to the overflow station. So all that I have left to do is make it over to the overflow station and add the items to it. And that will also give me the ability to make our next drone station, hopefully. Alright, we have added the inputs for the aluminum ingots, the aluminum casings. So everything should be good to go now. The train will bring those back pretty soon. Oh, we need one for empty canister, right? Assuming we want to keep them, we technically don't have to keep them. We can always, make a bunch more. They're not too hard to make. You just need plastic for it. Just because of the way this is set up right now, I think I'm gonna skip out and just look and get synced. Not that big of a deal. I don't have a ton of plastic right now, but I think I'll be okay. We'll see. I might change my mind. I am gonna redesign how this is set up in the near future. I just don't know how soon. I want to get everything up and running first before I worry about making sure that this looks pretty. So that being said, I'm going to use this opportunity to end the episode. Thank you so much for watching. It's very much appreciated, and I will catch you in the next one.